Alright, should be live. We're gonna be playing Campaign Evolved on Legendary. I'm very tired, man. My voice is just kind of giving out. But Campaign Evolved on Legendary. Truth and Wreck. I played the first two on Legendary already. First two missions. Kind of difficult, kind of weird. I mean, the balancing is all over the place. Hold on, I gotta pull up the live stream. Kind of difficult, kind of weird. I mean, my voice sounds really high. Like, not high as in that, I mean like vocal. Yeah, I don't know, man. My voice is kind of giving out over the past few days. Maybe I just need to drink more water. I don't know. It's not like I've been yelling or anything. I don't know. I haven't done any voice work recently or done any like yelling, so I don't know why my voice is kind of like that. So today, after I can pull up the chat at least. There we go. Wow, right on time. It's the quickest it's ever showed the chat. So I'll pull this up. Put this over here. The OBS goes there. There we go. We're all good. And I'll pull this on the other monitor. Alright, so playing Campaign Evolved. So I beat the game on Heroic on my first playthrough. Didn't sprint at all. And I have like no sprint skull and stuff. But played the first two missions without sprint. I've noticed that elites are very aggro for no reason. And it's really hard to get away from them. So I think I'm gonna start playing with sprint. And kind of just look past that. I haven't gotten every skull. I've gotten most terminals, but I've not gotten every skull. I'll probably just follow a guide later. But playing some Legendary. I've never been like against sprint, but I've also like never cared for it. I mean, it's okay. I'm not like, you know, Halo purist. You need no sprint in every game, and sprint is the worst thing in the world, and it kills gameplay. But also, I mean, this game doesn't really need sprint. You know, the environments weren't, you know, adjusted at all, and I'm glad they weren't. Right, and people were saying that like the prequel missions and like adjusted missions were adjusted for sprint, but they weren't. You know, sprint was not needed throughout the entire campaign when I played, and I didn't notice the lack of sprint. As my monitor feels... Every time I play this game, it feels like my monitor is off center. I don't know why.
Stick to the higher ground to the right.
Stick to the higher ground.
Recon the Covenant position.
I gotta get used to the sprint now. First time actually using it in this game.
Get ready to move in to support us, Sergeant. The Master Chief is going to cover.
What's crazy is that isn't like an insta-kill. That's stupid. I hope performance in the future is improved a little bit though. It is a bit like all over the place for me, and that could just be because like my graphic settings are just not tuned right. But you know, I'm playing on the 4070 and my graphic settings are set to all high. I don't know. I feel like because like DLSS is on high as well. I feel like it should be fine. I've heard that like even on PS5 sometimes there are like bad frame drops. Particularly in the hangar bay in this mission, which, you know, I kind of have the same problem.
Shows movement around the next bend.
I don't know. Movement's the movement. Performance is a bit inconsistent. Again, that's fine for the most part, but some of these missions, they just don't perform well. I think, I don't know. I don't know if I want to keep it on toggle or not. I think I might put it on toggle. It feels weird when you do the B button, because before I had it on the stick, but if you have sprint, you want to use the, you know, the stick for sprint. Oh. I forgot I was on Legendary. I don't know, it feels weird. I don't know what my binds are for Halo Infinite, but out of my game, bro. I don't know, what's crazy is I wanted to talk about this at some point. Partly why I wanted to do the stream, because I had like a lot of stuff I wanted to talk about, and it's I wish it was a little bit darker on this mission. Hold on, that's not what I want to talk about, but like I feel like I really like how they kept it dark compared to CEA, but I feel like they could have gone a little further with the amount of darkness on this mission. I feel like they could have gone further with it. Because, like, it's dark and all, right? But, and, like, I appreciate that, like, the visor thing, like, does an outline of the enemies instead of just being night vision, because... Lico. Because otherwise, I think it would have been, like, way too hard to see anywhere. I don't know, I feel like they could have gone a little bit darker with the mission, made it less visible. Because like you can play this whole thing without using the flashlight, and you'll be completely fine. I don't know. I think it'd be cool to make it more necessary. That's where you want. Like, even now, I feel like it's probably better without the night vision. With a gimmick. Although, and you know what? I can't be mad. It was kind of a gimmick in the original, but that's kind of why I'm saying that I do wish they had the night vision a bit more. Bastards. Like useful. I keep forgetting I have sprint in the first place. Also, sniper shots should be insta-kill when there's a headshot. Should not be like 3 to 4 shots to kill an elite. Here, I'm gonna turn DLSS a bit lower. It's all on a high. DLSS is on high. I'll put it on medium. So I don't think it's gonna affect the streaming quality, but the frame rate can go up a little bit. I think because like the extra, you know, the extra compute power for like streaming and stuff, I think it's having having trouble. Yeah, get him. Where's that sniper jackal? He was able to get me from here, so it's somewhere along this. No. There's a sniper jackal. Where is it?
Cortana to Fire Team Charlie. Move up on the left. You should be able to flank the enemy. Affirmative. Moving up now. Coming in hot.
Mind your man.
Maybe they got the sniper jackal because I don't know where it would have been. Yeah, it's not good at all. While I'm streaming, hold on. Put on high, and then I'll put this on medium. Because you know, I've been playing on my handheld. There was a decrease in fidelity actually. I've been playing on my handheld, and I'll get like 30 frames on there. I heard the cinematics are 30 FPS in this game, but I honestly cannot tell. I thought it was 60 frames for the cinematics, but people are saying 30 FPS. I think the FPS is no different from medium versus high. I don't know why it's like that. Yeah, it's the same frame rate, bro. Maybe it's just optimization. I can't be too mad, right? I'm probably not gonna be too bad on the stream because it's at 60 frames anyway. I can't be too mad. The game was obviously rushed, and that isn't like because the developers are lazy. It's because GTA and like, dude, I'm not gonna ever get used to this crush thing. GTA and like the maybe I'm gonna change the buttons back actually, because this is what I had before. That was it actually. And crouch was this. Yeah. Otherwise it just doesn't feel normal. One of my main complaints about this game, honestly, is it's kind of just the default settings. You know, one of my friends, he's playing on a keyboard and mouse. And normally I play these games on keyboard and mouse on PC, but you know, with this one, you know, it's Combat Evolved. And when I played Combat Evolved as a kid, it was on a 360 and with a controller. And I want to experience it at, you know, higher graphic settings, so controller just feels more comfortable like that. But you know, the default settings for keyboard and mouse and controller, it's really weird. Especially on like keyboard and mouse because... Oh, hold on. Boom. Oh, are you kidding me? My reticle went red and everything to melee that guy and it just didn't count. Look at this, man. I'm gonna grab the active camo again. That's really annoying. Most of them were like dead and
This is a Covenant active
there's like a good stick on that one elite, but my grenade literally disappeared. Unless it bounced over there, which I didn't see that. Yeah, that's annoying, man. We were fine. It was in a good situation. And of course, the game decided, no, we're not doing that. We're gonna get some shots on these guys. I think Legendary definitely needs balance changes. I think like the sniper isn't good enough, and I feel like these earlier levels are much more difficult than the flood ones. Maybe I'm just misremembering, but I think the flood should probably be like more difficult to fight, right? I mean, they like come in like swarms and stuff, and bro. Nah, because earlier we were perfectly fine. We had like the perfect situation. We're in elite stuck the other one, but now it's just like we're in a bad way. Nothing we can do here. Get me out of here. Bro. No, you know what I'm gonna do? No, because I can't, because the next section's gonna be too much. Bad position, man. I just need to have a better strat right now. I need a better strat. But what I really hate about these elites, even on heroic, I was having this issue. Bro, he jumped up onto the... Or, you know, he probably just used the little thing. I hate this, man. I hate this. Even on heroic, there was this issue where, the elites, they just insta-kill you with the melee attack. That was really stupid. I can just jump up here. I don't know why I'm trying to go back to the last checkpoint. The melee they have, the, you know, less than a second. I don't even know if it's less than a second. It's like a split second, like it's a really, really quick melee that they have, and I think it's from Reach. That melee insta-kills you, and you can't do anything about it. You know, even if you're, you know, in a good state, it insta-kills you, and you can't defend against it. And that's really annoying because similar to like Halo 4 and 5 hunters, where, you know, their big issue was that there's no like way you can react. And I don't know if Infinite had that same problem. I can't remember. Now I'm used to the B being crouched, and it's weird. Yeah, I'm not sure if Infinite had the same issue. Maybe it did, maybe it didn't. I honestly forgot. But like similar to like that hunter melee where, you know, you didn't have any time to react and... Bro, how can he see me? No, don't even start. Shouldn't be able to see me when I'm camouflaged completely, and yet... Like, it did not change anything. Okay, I got them. Anyway. Oh, my mic is picking up a lot of dead air. Oh, it does that. You didn't help at all, Johnson. Anyway, like I was saying, similar to like the hunters in the 343 era games,
We're directly under the
you don't really have any reaction time when an elite melees you, and I've also heard this section's really bad. I'm really worried about this. I'm gonna run out of ammo, and I'm gonna die because of that.
between the ship and the surface.
That should take it in.
Approach them at the grav lift's loading zone and use the lift to enter the ship.
That's us. You, the crowd, expendable.
Oh, really whiffed that shot. I need to conserve ammo though. Anyway, so like there are some like balancing things, and like legendary seems really inconsistent. I've also heard that in this section there's like 8 waves or something, like way too many enemies to be fighting on your own in legendary, and it kind of seems like it was made for co-op. But the weird thing is that in co-op the difficulty scales,
Alert. Covenant dropships are
which is really confusing, because then like if the difficulty scales in co-op, why are there so many enemies when you play solo and legendary? Why are there so many waves? Because it treats it like it's co-op. I don't know. When I make Flawless Cowboy, and I've had people like suggest before about like scaling and stuff. Well, FPS is dropping a lot right here. Okay, no, get me out of here. No, because he's gonna push. Watch this. The elite's gonna push. He's right here. Okay. No, man, no. Oh, I'm stuck. I'm gonna die here. Yep. Dude, I'm so mad. I'm not going to be complaining about the game this whole time, but there are like a lot of things they definitely need to fix before release, and they have 2 days. You know, a lot of these issues, balancing, checkpoints especially. Checkpoints are really, really inconsistent to where, oh, I gotta run away. No, I gotta run all the way back here because there's a spirit dropping here. The FPS is so inconsistent too. I know like I'm streaming, so that's gonna be like a little bit more strain on my hardware. Here, maybe if I do this, it'll improve it a little bit. Yeah, I know it's a little bit more strain on my hardware, but I don't know, I feel like FPS has always been like inconsistent with this game, where it will perform really well at points. Even on the second mission, I've had it perform really, really well. I know it's like big open environments, but then it performs worse when there's like, you know, a million enemies like this. There's like 16 grunts right now that are all just like piled up and walking towards me. Plus jackals, of course. Get elite aggroing. They're so aggressive for absolutely no reason. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if the elite, like, follows me in here. I need a plasma. That's one of the shade. Thank you. Yeah, we got a checkpoint. But yeah, it's too inconsistent. Where you can get a checkpoint, you know, randomly in the middle of a fight, and then you can get a checkpoint like 15 minutes in between each other. Like you'll never get one. You'll go like multiple different encounters and entire sequences without a checkpoint. I think it was Mint Blitz, he made a video about it. He got like, I think to the part where it's, it would have been around I cannot talk. What was the FPS drop, man? Do you see that? Bro, I know my PC is not that bad. I play like intense like maps on Fortnite with like Lumen enabled and stuff on like max settings. That was like dropping below 30 frames. That was like, I have a 60 frame lock right now. That was like not acceptable at all. And again, I know I'm streaming, so it's gonna have like some strain on my hardware, but still. Anyway, what I was gonna say is, I've been getting a lot of comments recently. You know, since I started like really advertising Silent Incursion, and now I'm advertising mostly just Flawless Cowboy as a whole. Bro, do not push. I've been advertising Flawless Cowboy specifically a lot, and because of that, there's like people that will comment thinking they're funny. Did you see that? Like, that's what I'm talking about, that melee right there, where it's just like there is no charge up, there is no reaction time. Like, you can't do anything about it. It's just like, you're dead. Sorry, you got too close, you're done. Anyway, so I've been getting a lot of comments for like my posts about Silent Incursion, and it's people like trying to be funny and saying like combat devolved, and I've seen at least like 40 of those comments. But then you have people saying like, why would I play that instead of playing the real Halo? And I think people, maybe I'll have to like change up my marketing to kind of combat that idea. People see like another remake of Halo inside of Fortnite. They see it as like intended to be competition with the official remake, which is not the case. So maybe what I'll do is do some new adverts where it's kind of talking about how Flawless Cowboy takes inspiration from Campaign Evolved. Because if you directly mention like, oh, it's like, you know, it takes inspiration from the cinematic of Campaign Evolved, and this from the other game, this from the book. Oh, I'm dead. Yeah, I heard the plasma. It needs to be louder too. The original game, you could hear the plasma when it's on the ground, but this, it's like, it's way too quiet. Stop doing that. Anyway. So like, a lot of people would say, like, well, I can play Halo Combat Evolved. Why wouldn't I play Combat Evolved instead of the Fortnite version? Like, why would I play the Fortnite version instead of Combat Evolved? Sorry, I'm like really locked in right now. Which is like a really stupid thing to say, because like, I'm not trying to replace Combat Evolved, and I don't want people playing my Fortnite map instead of Combat Evolved. I want them playing Combat Evolved and Campaign Evolved. I want them to play both. Whatever version of CE they prefer, right? I want them to play that and then play Flawless Cowboy, because I don't think you can really appreciate, in my opinion as the creator, I don't think you can really appreciate the accuracy and the changes if you don't have the source material, if you don't know the original game. But people will kind of just assume that, like, I guess it's like this consumer mindset of like everything's on the same level, and that like I purchase product, it needs to be as good as this AAA game. If that makes sense. It's like this almost spoiled mindset where it's like it's a free thing made by one person who doesn't have any other prior experience, but they only play games that are like, you know, AAA and stuff, so they don't understand that, you know, it's basically an indie game, right? But they expect an indie game to have Last of Us level quality, if that kind of puts it into better words. But people will say like, oh, I had a comment on my Instagram, which that's like my personal Instagram. It isn't like my brand one. I mean, it's called Rectalk, right? But it isn't meant to be like for my online persona, and I don't mean for those posts to blow up ever. They just accidentally do. But I had someone say like, why would you, oh, are you kidding me, man? You don't hear it until it's about to explode. You just don't. It doesn't have the loud enough sound to differentiate it from everything else around you. So you don't hear the grenade on the ground until it's already, you know, about to detonate and you can't do anything about it. Unless you see it thrown, you're just kind of screwed. That guy's in the shade still. I'm trying, man. I'm trying to manage. I'm just trying to like pick them off one at a time. Don't do that. See? You don't hear it until like, do not. Be forgetting to sprint. Okay. Dude, sometimes an overcharged plasma will just kill you instantly. Crazy. I think it's a good sprint. It's not like Halo 5 level. Checkpoint. Thank you. Can this be the hunters now? Can we be done with the Yes, okay. I am really scared about this too.
Hunters, flank and hit their exposed worm bits.
Johnson, where do you come from? I feel like the Needler was much more like useful against them before. I don't know. I can't wait for there to be like mods in like the not so distant future where it's more accurate to Combat Evolve in terms of like numbers. It's like stats and stuff, damage values, sound effects, of course. I feel like they could probably, you know, match this up to Combat Evolved, and that's like, it's not the intended vision, right? The intended vision is different than Combat Evolved and has like all this different stuff and is balanced differently, but I don't know, I feel like it would be better if it was closer to Combat Evolved's balancing. Combat Evolved was large, I cannot talk, man. I think Combat Evolved was large, so true. It was difficult, on Legendary, even in the original game. I don't know, I feel like this one isn't polished enough. I don't, there it is.
Hunters, flank and hit their exposed worm bits.
I'm gonna target that one. I gotta go. Bro, no, don't even. Sorry, I don't know if my mic is speaking or not. I don't think it's not. That was a complete botch, dude. I didn't know they come that slow.
Hunters, flank and hit their exposed
Worm bits. I think this game kind of makes that same mistake as Halo 4, where when you like go back a checkpoint, it still plays the dialogue. Like that dialogue should play once. I don't want to hear every single time I die through these things, which will be a lot. Hit their exposed worm bits. I know what I'm supposed to do. I played the game. Hey Johnson, be the distraction. All right. Gonna go up here. Hopefully these do something, man. Because I know in like one of the games, dealers are more like useful against hunters. Oh, maybe they suck in Campaign Evolve. I should just be using the AR. Johnson, do something. Crap. Got one. Alright, so it takes like the whole magazine, but it gets them. Grab this one. Who killed you? He did something. Thank you, Johnson.
Copy that, Cortana. Hold tight, gentlemen. Bowhammer out.
Thank you, Johnson. That's a long section. But hey, you know, the whole
419 inbound.
plateau section only took 30 minutes.
We've secured the area. Let's square away the grab lift. Marines, prepare for boarding action.
From the beginning
Once
of
we're
the
inside
stream
ship,
to this point.
I can home in
30
on
minutes.
the captain's command neural interface. He'll probably be in or near the ship's brig, which should narrow our search.
Hurry up. I want to go up. I want to go up. Oh. Me next? I need to jump. I'm gonna take your SMG, please.
I've got a good lock on the captain's CNI transponder. No Covenant defenses detected.
Okay. I'm sad that they removed this bit of dialogue. No Covenant? Looks like there's no one home. Wrong door.
Stealth elites, watch your motion tracker.
Why'd you
and look
change
for
it, man?
distortions in the air.
Why'd you change the door they come from?
All right.
What I do like about the prequel missions is that like when they reuse these environments, it isn't like noticeable. Like I notice them, but I feel like the average person that, you know, didn't remake the entire mission from scratch, you know, the person that could still be lost in the ship, probably can't tell that the prequel missions reuse this room at least like 3 times. I think it was like 3 times. But they reused it a lot. Bro, if I die because he just threw that grenade, I'm gonna be so mad. I did die because he threw that grenade.
We're in.
Dude, I am so angry.
I've got a good lock on the captain's CNI transponder.
Mad at
No
you
Covenant
specifically.
defenses detected.
I got killed because my health was completely removed because of a Marine throwing a grenade. Not because, like, I did anything, it's because that Marine threw it. Alright.
Stealth elites, watch
I
your
love how I
motion
didn't stick
tracker
him when
and
I
look for distortions
threw it
in the
directly
air.
at him. That's great. I don't want to keep complaining. Anyway, like I was saying about my mission, my whole, like, series in Fortnite. People, like, they'll comment, and I know it's, like, because a lot of, like, Halo fans, they're just really negative, like, in general. But they'll comment things like, oh, I'll never play Fortnite. Or saying, like, Fortnite's desperate to have players, and they'll do anything to have players, when it's talking about, like, my map. As if, like, I am
We're
Fortnite.
in. I've got a good lock on the captain's CNI transponder.
I don't know, it's really weird.
No Covenant defenses detected.
I don't think people know what UEFN is. I don't know, it's really odd.
Stealth elites, watch your motion tracker and look for distortions in the air.
Thank you. I am noticing the elite variants are a bit inconsistent. I think it's really interesting. Or maybe they're not. Maybe I'm just going crazy. Bro. I am so done. Because I know it wasn't the Covenant that did that. I know it's a Marine grenade that did that.
Captain's CNI transponder. No Covenant
I know a
defenses
Marine
detected.
grenade just did that. I'm sorry, man. I mean, that wraith exploding should only be...
Stealth elites, watch your motion tracker.
Why'd the
and look
room
for
change?
distortions in the air.
I'm just gonna throw grenades at this. I don't want to die for that.
Yeah, pour it on, man.
Oh, sorry, bro. Bro, I was literally holding down the trigger and it wasn't doing anything. That's weird. I get really mad when I'm playing Legendary, man. It's just... It's difficult, especially this game. They were lying. Halo 3 in comparison is to walk in a park. So finally on the second stage of it, I can hear the music change. Yeah, he just killed himself because of the grenade. Oh, was there a checkpoint? There wasn't one, huh? There wasn't a checkpoint, was there? Oh, there was.
They're on the move. Don't get
Nah, hunters are the worst in this. You know what I'm gonna do? Oh, because now I'm out of invisibility. I used it at the wrong time. Wasn't thinking about that. Nah, not the strat. We'll figure it out.
aim for the worm.
Bro, I don't know what to do here. It's like, I'm trying my best.
They're moving in. They've got worms. Eyes on target. Repositioning. Taking fire.
He's very inconsistent when it decides to super combine and when it doesn't. See, like that one super combined, but the other one that was the exact same amount of needles did not.
Don't get close. Fight the hunter.
Nah. What? There we go. Okay, okay. Just has to be an energy sword through the back then. Otherwise it just does not work out. But there's like something in my shoe. Weird. Who's talking?
Let's head back to the grav lift bay. The side passages should provide an alternate route.
Is it like a body talking?
That narrow space. You can hold this position if you can find a way around and open the door from the other side, Chief.
Who's talking?
Let's see if we can find a way to open this door.
I don't think we've gotten a checkpoint yet. I'm gonna wait for a little bit. Why does that music keep playing? There we go. I know like enemy spawned, yeah. I don't think that was in the original game, was it? Or enemies spawn back here? There's a skull. No, that would have been a good place to put a skull. Okay. Come on, come back here. Don't try. Don't try to lure me over there. It's evil. Can I get another checkpoint, please? Checkpoint. That's weird how they changed this little hallway. Because this used to go here and it was like a two-way thing. Like, when you look at like the details of these environments, they were changed. There were like many, I say many, so true. There were many changes throughout the whole environment, but they're hard to tell, you know, because they're minor. There we go, checkpoint.
Window waiting on the other side. Controls to open it must be somewhere in this
I think like, for me, I just, only because I remade CE in Fortnite, I'm able to like kind of see. Like, I remade this mission alongside a few others. No, the whole game hasn't been remade yet, but only because I'm like actively doing that am I able to tell like any of these rooms have actually been changed. So I think like the average person, like most of the time I'd say like, oh, it's because I played this game so many times, but you can play this game a ton and still get lost in this ship. But because I remade the game, you know, when you remake the layout from the ground up, you at that point can tell, you know, what rooms have been changed or different. Like these hallways aren't colored any differently, which is really a letdown, honestly. That's what I was hoping for this remake, is that the rooms would be color coded like they were in the original. They aren't. It's not like the worst, you know, thing they omitted, but definitely would have been nice. I'm so angry. What I do like about this room is how once you kill the enemies in here and open the door for just Johnson now. Once you do kill all the enemies,
Moving, but there is a danger of the Covenant ambushing us
they
from
don't
behind.
just keep spawning in. You know, it's just like in this room, you'd kill the enemies in here, and then they just spawn in a ton, and then the only way you can get through here is after the enemies spawn in here. And it's like really, really annoying. But it isn't the case in here. It's anything back here? No. It isn't the case in this version of the game, which I really like. You know, it's sort of like not streamlining, but that like change with like some of the encounters I like. I also like it because now I don't have to deal with that entire room. I'd probably die in there like 50 times if they did keep it like the original. I'm also like confused why they changed this this area here. I guess it's just for the sake of not being confusing. But in the original version of that hallway back there, the original version of this hallway, this and that were both halls, right? This was, I think, like a single door. Or no, this was one hall. Like this, just the wall of it, and then here, as well as right here, there were hallways. They wouldn't go anywhere. They're a little darker and they didn't like lead anywhere. The doors at the end were locked, but that kind of gave the idea that okay, this is, you know, a part of the ship that's going somewhere and we just can't access it. I stuck it. I can't stick it. This is what I was talking about, where the frame rate would go really bad. I'm gonna change it to low. Right. If the frame rate stays bad at low graphic settings, it's 1000% optimization. Because it seems like, unless it automatically caps the frame rate. No. See how the frame rate is still like extremely low? Even on low settings? Maybe I just need to update my drivers because it's not my PC that's doing that then. If even on low settings the frame rate drops like crazy in here, I think it's definitely the game itself and not my PC settings. Honestly, it does not look bad at low though. It does not look bad on low. I'm gonna restart this checkpoint. 1000% an optimization issue though, because that's at low. I'm gonna put it on ultra. I'll put it on ultra now. On ultra settings, the frame rate is no different. Like undoubtedly an optimization issue. Now I'm gonna put it back on high. But that is optimization. That is like... my performance is so inconsistent. Maybe I just do need to update my drivers. There was an issue a while ago. It's been a couple months since. So maybe I should just try to fix it, but... there we go. There was an issue a while ago with the drivers where updating them at that point would remove DLSS as an option in Fortnite. Because I guess that driver was bugged. And I use DLSS quite often in Fortnite. I play on like higher graphic settings and like being real, DLSS actually looks better than like TAA, which, you know, just basic anti-aliasing. DLSS, which lowers the resolution and upscales it, looks better than just native resolution anti-aliasing. At least for Fortnite, for FXAA and TAA. Which, you know, I think is crazy, but because of that, when I play on higher graphic settings on Fortnite, I play with DLSS and quality. Because it looks better than native TAA and gives me a performance boost. Looks virtually no graphical issues at this point with it set to like 4.5. But this game, and I've manually changed the DLSS in this game, just the performance is all over the place. Again, I'm playing on high settings on my RTX 4070. And I know my CPU is definitely bottlenecking a little bit. But if I change the graphic settings to low and it still struggles to maintain 60 FPS in this area, it's definitely an optimization thing or a driver thing. When I play on my handheld, I have it set to low settings all across the board. FSR on, I think, high at 800p with, I think, global illumination set to very low. And it does get, like, kind of subpar 30 FPS at points. Which for my handheld makes sense, you know, it's a PC handheld and the performance is going to be expected to be a bit lower. But for, like, this PC, if I'm setting it to very low and it's not getting, you know, 60 frames in the hangar bay, again, this is on high settings and the FPS didn't change when I set it to low. If the FPS doesn't change, it's an optimization thing, and I don't know. I really, really hope they iron out these issues before the full release. That's a terrible voice crack, by the way. Hope they iron out these issues before full release, because it'd be a shame if, like, the majority of people that will play this game that didn't pre-order the $70 edition of the game or buy this collector's edition. You know, it'd be a shame if their experience with it is unoptimized and at a lower frame rate. I'm assuming there is a day one patch, though. I mean, there has to be, you know. Like right now it's like day 0 or whatever. I'm assuming a day one patch is gonna happen. That was a close one, by the way. And hopefully that patch also includes options to disable the film grain and strong chromatic aberration. Aberration? I think it's aberration. It would be nice to have like a slider instead. You know, I think like outright disabling it, some people might not want that. Because like I use chromatic aberration in a lot of games. But it's so strong, you know? They have it set to like such a high setting and it just does not work out for these visuals. I had to resort to a melee and now I might die. Oh yeah, I might die. Thanks, Johnson. I'm trying, man. I don't remember if I think in the original game they would show up back there. That's something I hope I can improve when I revamp Cover of Night. Bro, look at that frame drop. Terrible. Because there's like 50 enemies back here, man. Why are there so many enemies for like solo legendary? I get it's supposed to be difficult, but like that's what's causing the frame drops. Just like the sheer amount of enemies back here. No, there's no checkpoint in between this. There wasn't a checkpoint. Thank you. I had to run back here to get it. Get me out of here. There. Any plasma grenades? see one back there. Hold on. I caused one. Oh, this rate's gonna blow up though. I gotta stay away from it. Anything over here? Nothing. It's just like this general area, because I'm still getting frame drops even with less enemies. Which is sad. Like, I'm sure it's showing up on stream, too. Alright. Also, I don't remember if Hunters had this much health on Legendary or not. I think now that, like, the whole pistol and sniper strat to the back is... No, I gotta get away from that. I think that might have just made it more difficult in general. Because when I play Legendary on CE, or any difficulty, you know, it insta-kills them in the back. You don't have to worry about Hunters. And now Hunters are scary. There, we got one, Come on. Come on, breakfast. You better catch it. Wraith's destroyed now. Would this do any damage to them? Or how about the focus rifle? Not the focus, the beam. Am I a fake Halo fan? I called this the focus rifle on accident. Get him, Johnson.
Sound off. Okay, I almost feel sorry for him.
Wait a moment. I'm going to access the Covenant BattleNet and locate an override code to open a door.
I had one viewer for a little bit. Didn't type in chat and left.
Got it. The door is open. Everyone should
Alright.
move through now. I can't guarantee that it won't lock again when it closes.
We're about halfway through the mission though. Not bad. No, I'll be honest. I don't really play Legendary. No, I'm playing through a couple of the games on Legendary now. I play through CE and 3 and 4. Whoa, dude, that's why I hate the stupid elites, man. And I'm pretty sure that's like a behavior from Reach, if I'm not mistaken. Not too fond of Reach. I like Reach, but man, the elites in there are annoying. Because of their mistakes, now we have to deal with those elites in this game. Good combo. Out of here. Yeah, we're just gonna start noob comboing. We really need to get out of this area too, because like my FPS is really, really bad. Thank you. Okay. Got a little full hammer in. I know I'm cheesing it. Dude.
Sound off, Marines.
Man. That's frustrating. It's like all those enemies were almost done in that area, and then... Nope. Dude. No.
Sit rep.
No. And I know it's not a fix they're gonna make anytime soon, because I don't think they really see it as much of an issue. But for me, it's really frustrating because the plasma grenades just do not really make themselves obvious. Like in CE, I feel like I can understand when a plasma grenade is thrown, and then I can combat it, and I can be aware that like, okay, if I die here, these grenades are gonna super combine, and it's gonna ruin everything. But I can also plot around that, and throw the grenades and around other grenades, and have them super combine. But in this game, it's inconsistent. Like Halo CE, you can kind of tell when the grenades are gonna, explode everything around it. And that's just a quirk of CE, and clearly it's in this game too. But in this game, it's really, really difficult to tell. Don't know why I'm doing that gun specifically. It's not going to do anything.
Take it fire. Sit rep.
Thank you, checkpoint. Wasn't there an elite here last time? Gonna keep noob comboing. It's a difficult game, man. What I do like about this area, I'm gonna give it a like and a dislike here. My dislike is that the colors aren't the same as the original. In this hallway, in CE, it's an orange-red color. The whole thing. The way, and I get like, it's not really needed as much in this game, because well, in this game they just have markers and stuff, so it's easier to tell where you are on the ship and where you're supposed to go. But in the original CE, each hallway was like kind of color coded, kind of navigate you throughout the ship without having to put constant waypoints everywhere. And the way they did that was hallway colors and changing up the layout and stuff. So this, also there wasn't a door here, and this would be another hallway that went to the right and went upwards. But here, it's a door, and it's in an entirely new room, which is really, really cool. And then it goes up. I definitely should replicate that in Cover of Night. I think that'd be really cool. Like, there's a lot of things in this mission that I think if I wanted to put the time in for like putting in Cover of Night, I think it'd make it really cool. Add some variety to the mission. Because right now, this latter half gets really repetitive. So maybe having those extra rooms and stuff would improve it.
Hostiles ahead.
I thought that was another grenade, bro. He's about to melee me, dude. He's about to melee me, and that would have been an instant death. Look at that.
Sound off, Marines.
Johnson, no!
Don't get cocky.
Still alive?
Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw it. This room scares me. This is also really cool because it's like a little room in between to kind of give you some time, and then, you can go in here. They removed the hallway that goes that way, which is really interesting. And then we got like an extra, larger side room in here, which is also really, really cool. I just enjoy the little changes they made to the layout. Breathe some life into the ship. Instead of it just being constant hallways with like singular rooms that differentiate, themselves from the rest. Instead, we can get like legitimately different environments here, which is really cool. Okay, we just have like a lot of grunts and jackals and stuff till I walk in there. That guy seems to be standing up there still. Yeah. Alright. Take him out. That's cool though.
This looks like the ship's command center.
It has some weight.
Captain's transponder signal is strong.
Captain keys.
Must be close. Cross-referencing Covenant ship layouts. This matches the configuration of a prisoner containment area.
I also think like, yeah, this whole section here, I definitely want to replace, you know, kind of that latter half of Cover of Night with all the new stuff that they introduce in this area. Because this is where it really gets obvious that, you know, there's nothing much going on in the environments. That they're just hallways. So I think like having these new rooms in here, and I think that's why they kind of added them, because like the rest of the ship, basically the exact same layout, with like 1 or 2 minor changes and some hallways removed, but then we have like actual rooms in here. Which again, it's really nice because now we can differentiate all the rooms and you can tell they're different. That you're not just going through the same hallways over and over. And then like the trek back to the control room is a little bit better. Or the bridge at the ship, rather. So I really like how the jackals look in this.
There are probably multiple detention stations. The captain must be in one of them. We need to keep looking for him.
I see one's already. Fully on the right, yeah. It's really nice too, because then we have like kind of a decline here, and we can. He stuck me? Are you kidding me? How? And how am I supposed to avoid that too if he just like has auto aim on his sticky? Killed your own guy, man. I know that's where I'm supposed to go. What's up here? Separate prison. Right, I remember. Which is really cool, because then, like, yes, this was supposed to be, like, the hallway, and then that would go to the left to the other prison. Here's this prison with the secret grunt. It's just really, really cool.
We must be in the brig. These look like holding cells. The captain should be nearby.
Already got this terminal that I activated again. My boy.
There are probably multiple detention stations. The captain must be in one of them. We need to keep looking for him.
Okay, guide the way, bro. Guide the way. Let's go. Let's get out of here together. You. And me. Best friends. I'll check the other room back here, actually. That one had a terminal. Maybe this one has a skull. Well, let me open the doors real quick. There's grenades.
Hey, man.
And marines. But do you have a skull in here that I can take? No. Oh, but invisibility. Let's go. That'd be useful. But yeah. I'm definitely gonna integrate some of these rooms, or at least like features of them. I'll integrate into Cover of Night. We have some variety. I also think the plasma pistol should drain more energy over time.
The Covenant guards are using some kind of stealth armor.
Why'd you mark them? They're using some kind of stealth armor. Let me mark them for you so you can see exactly where they are. Oh, it's over for me. Yeah, writing was on the wall. Out of my game, loser.
Good work.
This is also really confusing because, like, he talks to you, right, in the game. And then there he is laying there. As if he doesn't know you're here.
You two know better than this. Thanks.
Feel like a good Passover with all the cinematics and editing them together.
She's in good
Yeah, I
hands.
think they could have used that. 'Cause there's a lot of pauses and stuff that could be edited out. Like, I'm not saying because, like, oh, I can't wait to get back to the cutscene. But I'm not saying because, like, oh, I can't wait to get back to the gameplay and stuff, and I'm tired of cutscenes. I love cutscenes, and, like, I think they're one of my favorite parts about this game, right? But you need to have something, like, going on rather than people staring at each other. A lot of grenades. A lot of grenades happening here.
Cortana to Echo 419. We have the captain and need extraction on the double.
Negative, Cortana. I've been engaged by Covenant air patrols, and I'm having a tough time shaking.
Hey, how it auto runs you too? Like, I'm not running. Stop.
Acknowledged, no hammer. Cortana out.
Why did I put the dialogue over here?
If you and the chief can get us into one of those Covenant dropships, I can fly us out of here.
Keys? Watch out. Too many grenades. Looks like they want you to die here or something. About to say, that killed Keys? I'm gonna be so mad. Like, we're trying to preserve the original experience, so we gave every single enemy infinite grenades. Keys, you better get back. Go back to your room. Get out of here. I already knew he stuck me. I got smacked by a crate. Are you kidding me? Bro, and I keep walking into that crate. Dude. Were they in the earlier difficulties? I do not remember hunters being back here, dude. I did not remember hunters being in this section. It's like they're at the control room, I know that part. But in this room? Right here? Hold on, I need to get that beam rifle, that's what. Thank you. Okay. Can I get some sort of checkpoint here? Please? Captain Keys? Will you give me a checkpoint? What are you doing? Jeez, Ronald Reagan, calm down. Calm down. I'm gonna grab one of these. I need a checkpoint here, man. Thank you. Okay.
Stealth elites, watch your motion tracker and look for distortions in the air.
I thought throughout this entire mission, we've like we've fought this guy so many times. Like we've already fought the stealth elites before.
Keep the captain out of harm's way.
Thank you. Oh, stuff's stressful, man. Can you imagine playing on the hardest difficulty stressful?
We made it. Use that panel to unlock the dropship. We made it. Use that panel to unlock the dropship.
Well, it didn't charge up. It didn't charge up.
We made it. Use that panel to unlock the dropship. We made it. Use that panel to unlock the dropship.
Bro, that was like so incredibly close. Insane.
That's it. The dropship is loose.
Everybody mount up. Let's get on board.
Give me a minute to interface with the
I like this
controls.
scene though.
No need. I'll take this bird out myself.
Being like him operate the controls and stuff.
Captain, hunters.
Hang on. Time for a little payback.
Nice one, sir.
Yeah. Man, that was difficult. More difficult than, well, more difficult than the first two. Halo was kind of difficult near the end. There's this section near the rocks that was really annoying. But I think that was more difficult than that.
Touchdown! Hit it, Marine!
Go, go, go! We gotta come and welcome you, buddy.
And now we have, you know,
Real tight, too.
with the Magnum and stuff. Do you see how, like, I don't know if it's showing up in here, but it's like so pixely because it's at least like trying to maintain the frame rate and stuff, but not enough data to work with. Like suddenly we have a Magnum and it's so much easier. let's say for that encounter, I did die once. That was like one try,
419 inbound.
got it immediately.
Somebody order a
I feel like for some encounters, for some like parts of the game, it's so much easier in Combat Evolved.
We deliver.
But then for like, I don't know, for like missions like Truth and Wreck, fighting hunters, especially later when I fight those hunters, I'm
Let's go
terrified.
find the map room. That will show us the location of Halo's control center.
You know, it's like, it's so much more difficult.
I've been able to
I don't know
pinpoint
why.
the main facility by cross-referencing Covenant survey data and religious texts. We were right. It's on this island.
This game looks
I've
so
marked
good
the
though.
entrance with a nav point.
Too many FPS drops, but it is a good looking game. I need to update my drivers. I might just do that.
You're all gonna die.
I could just get past this point, but I don't want to look around.
Way to go!
This is one of the things that they missed out on, which is really, really bad. Is that in the original game, there's a hole in this cliff, and it's like a piece of the you know, the facility, and it's fallen down. And they made the choice to not include that. Instead, it's just rocks. But you know, odd choice. You know what? I might do this later though. I might make this a bit of a ramp. I think that'd be nice. Hold on, let me take a picture of this. But yeah, I might make that a ramp in Silent Incursion. I think it's fun.
Stay on target.
Out of my game, bro. Alright, I got a checkpoint here, but I think probably close it. Get off Campaign Evolved. Alright. Now, I'm gonna go into UEFN. Maybe not, actually. Maybe I won't. Today isn't a UEFN day. I was feeling it, but now I'm not as much. I do want to show this. Here, right? We got one recently. I just achieved 1,600 followers. Now, Fortnite.gg rounds it up, so that's not accurate. It rounds it up when it reaches 51. If I had like earlier, I had 1,551 followers. It rounds it up to 1.6k. It's not 1.6k. I don't really like that feature. But Fortnite always keeps it accurate and only shows when you actually reach 1.6k. When you have 1,601, right? Even if you have exactly 1,600, it still shows up here as 1.5k. It doesn't show up until you like you're 1.61, which is really nice. So this number is the accurate one. I have 1,600 followers on Fortnite now. I had like 1,200 when Silent Incursion released, I think. Pretty sure. Meaning that I've gotten 400 followers since the release of this, 9 days ago. Which is really nice. I got a little GIF. Which is really nice. And I don't think it tells you how many favorites this has here, but about 900, I think. But looking on Fortnite.gg, you can notice here, there's a little spike, right? It's 85 players. Weird, at 8 a.m. And it goes back down and back to its regular, average of below 10, but usually not entirely zero for a long time. Usually we get a few players every now and then. So here is the explanation, right? Here we have time and adventure and RPG, right? There's an in-between here. But a lot of adventure and RPG time, it kind of hovers around 40. Right now it's on 40. It goes 39, 38, 36, 43, it hovers around 40. And here it was an updated. So it went from at 6 a.m. CST. It went from 22, right, to 21, and then randomly at 7:10 a.m. it went up to number 3. So then it's from 7:10 a.m. or no, from 6:50. Sorry, 6:50, right before 7. It goes to number 3 for 20 minutes. This means it's basically on the updated row. It's right there, like directly in the person's face. I think the positioning in updated doesn't really matter. I think it's more just like as long as it's in that top 3, it's in front of the player right there, right? It's like all, I think 4 of those maps are right there, but like those first 3 is where you want to be. So boom, it's in front of everyone's face. And then it goes to number 2 for 40 minutes, right? So then for an entire hour here, the number 3 and the number 2, and then for 10 minutes, it goes to number 1, right? So it starts at 6:50 and goes until exactly 8, right? So during this whole period of time, right, during this whole period, let us keep it here, for 2 hours, right? So half of it was upfront to all the players. And so we had a rise. So these are mostly like people that will like, I think this section, a good chunk of them are people actively playing. And up here, we get more and more people. And it slowly tapers off as they finish the mission. And it goes back to normal. Because right here, at the very peak, and this is what really annoys me about Fortnite Discover, is that at the very peak, as soon as it reaches the highest amount of players, that's when Fortnite decides, okay, it's gotten 85 players, now we're going to take it out of updated, because it's gotten too many, right? It's performing too good. And so we're going to take it out. And it goes back down, right? So like, it kind of stays a little higher, right? 10 minutes later, it's still around the same, because those people are still playing. Let's say 20 minutes later, 30 minutes later, a good chunk of them are still playing. 40 minutes later, most of them are left. 50 minutes later, most of them have left. And then an hour later, there's only these people, right? And guaranteed, I'd say around this point, most people that played it during that peak, they're done. So around here, this is all like people just naturally finding it. That's why it goes back up to 10. Goes back down. And right now it says it's 2. I don't know if that's, there's 1 person playing right now. So back down. You know, this is the average number of players consistently. It's probably because one's being advertised a lot on social media, but also it's an adventure and RPG. It's at number 40. Which is weird because then when you look at this, it goes from 45. No, actually it's not weird. Not weird, it's about the same placement. Yeah, hovering around 40. But yeah, it's just really weird. Because Fortnite Discover does this a lot. If we go to 1 week, you can kind of see, and this is we'll do 1 month. I think a week doesn't cover it anymore. I wish I could zoom in here, but if we go through here, right? So it launches on July 17th. So it would have been in the morning. So here at 8 a.m., it's finally released 3 players. So it goes into the new tab, right? It gets a peak of 151 players when I went into the new tab. Because it was like in the top 6, I think it got number 6 on new. 151 immediately. And that was like the very top, surfaced immediately. Got 151 players. And then right after, and here, we'll go over here to kind of show it. So here is July 17th, right? It launches 11 a.m., number 16 on new. Disappears for, after it's there for 20 minutes, disappears. 19, 10 minutes, gone, right? An hour later, that number 3 in front of everyone's face. Number 5, number 2, number 3. So this position here gets all the players, 151 players, just because it's sitting here. And then it goes up to 11, and then, you know, kind of tapers off because, okay, it doesn't matter anymore. Kind of shows up again, but I don't think it ever reached that point. No. None of these are anywhere close to the second that it launched. Or no, he got number 6 for 10 minutes. Or literally 10 minutes. But it kind of seems to me, as I look at these stats, is number 7. It seems to me like Fortnite intentionally shows your map, and then when it gets too much attention, it throws it back down. Right, here's number 6 again. So like you can kind of see where it will, I'll show it up here now. We're going to 1 week, ignoring launch day. I think this is one of the times where it's number 6. Another time. So each one of these like larger spikes are either like a social media post doing well, or you know, it's like getting a slightly better placement in adventure and RPG and better placement in new. Right here, July 24th. So we go to the 24th. Okay, so it's not showing up anywhere special on these. It was 2 days ago, so it's definitely, this was social media. Does well on socials. It's 52 players. Great. Dies off immediately. I assume it's because of that, right? Because then if I go through here, not really special placement. I mean, this is for 5 hours, right? Not anywhere special. Oh, no, here it is. Got it. So this spike right here, even shows it. It only went up to 52 players just because it showed up unupdated for 30 minutes. 52 players, and then immediately dies off. Because then it says, okay, now we went from like, we kind of edged you a little bit here, where we're, you know, in a higher placement, but not, you know, visible on the front page. And we're going to lower it a little bit more. It's like, okay, now we're going to put you right there on the front page, but on the very end. And after 30 minutes pass, okay, bye-bye. We're not going to show you again for another couple of days. There's an adventure and RPG, thankfully. And then here, same process. You see how it does it? Where it's 22, 21. Okay, now we're going to give you some, you know, some time. So here's 70 minutes. Boom, 3. Boom, 2. And for just a little bit, it did so well, it reached number 1 for 10 minutes. And then completely thrown off. Why is that? Because I'm sure a lot of what it judges is retention. So during this whole period, even though I would assume if it's going down to 3, then 2, and 1, it's performing well enough to where it believes that this belongs in these higher placements. But a second it reaches number 1, it says no, right? Which is really interesting. And again, I assume it's because of retention, but I get, you know, 20, 30 minutes sometimes. Now people leave early when they don't know what's going on, but average playtime now, 24 hours is past 30 minutes. I do, well, I guess it wouldn't show there, but average playtime, 34. Not bad, you know? And it's really weird because it got a spike today because of that, and it was at 85 players. The second it reached number 1, 85 players. And then 10 minutes later, it tapers off because they removed it. And that's why I feel like, you know, they kind of intentionally stifle your growth in a way. It's like they don't want you growing too fast. And for me, that really sucks because I want people to play this map, right? I want people to play Flawless Cowboy Silent Incursion, and so I have to, you know, constantly be on the grind on social media just to get players on this thing. And there was like this lull period here where the age rating was too high, and it took me an entire day to like fix it. So people in Europe couldn't play it. And I was getting messages and comments on social media asking them what happened to it and if it was unlisted or taken down. I was like, no, it's just too high of an age rating in your region. But it'll be good now. And yeah, so really weird. I don't know why Epic Games does this where it shows up, gets these placements and stuff. Bit inconsistent. Here it is in the 20s. But like then it has like little blips. When you have it at number 1 for 10 minutes, you're not getting any data. You're getting nothing. But what data they are getting is that people clicked on it and they played it. And then they were like, okay, that's too good, we're gonna throw it off. I don't know, it's really weird. I don't like complaining about like players, lack thereof. You know, I have a decent amount. I'm not gonna show my creator portal, but there are people playing it. Right now it doesn't show it here. A bit behind, but there's 2 people playing Silent Incursion. There are 4 people playing Cover of Night, 4 people playing Boarding Action, 1 person playing Landfall. The only one that's accurate here right now is this one, but straight from Fortnite, those are the stats. And yeah, I don't know, it gets really frustrating because it feels like Fortnite doesn't want me to grow. Not as like a personal thing, but rather just like when they see creators performing too well, they kind of stifle that. Kind of like, we need to space it out a little bit. What I have noticed though, and I make these maps not for the money, but I will mention the second Silent Incursion released, actually the day before, because I was advertising it a lot, and then the day after, my monetization drastically different. I mean, July 15th making at most $2, and many days before that less than $1. July 16th, the day before Silent Incursion, says it's between $16 to $20 estimation. Silent Incursion release day, 26 to 32, right? The days before, I was barely even getting an estimated $1. It was telling me 53 to 84 cents, right? And then suddenly it's saying 26 to 32, right? For the 24th, where it got a peak of like 52 players before it decided to kill it off again. Got somewhere between $0 and $33. That's not bad, you know? Suddenly it's really good because I cannot talk. In comparison, last month, the highest estimated range from last month, and I'm not getting paid out for last month because I didn't make enough. The highest estimate for one of the days being June 13th was $6 to $7. 6, 7. Funny, huh? But now the highest estimation for this month, $33 for a day. Not bad, not bad. And again, I don't do it for the money, so I'm not going to complain about it, but it is really interesting seeing how these stats work. I don't know. I'm going to promote this more on social media a lot more. Also, Campaign Evolve's really good. Really love it. I gotta go, but I know short stream. I might do another one later or some other day, playing Halo VR, or maybe just showing off UEFN and working, but whatever it is, I hope you have a good one. See ya.